the Metal Army interview with Kai Hansen. Congratulations on the Unisonic album and project. Can you just walk us through how the band came together originally?
Okay, originally before I joined in, it has been existing for like I think 2 years before I actually got into it, and these guys got together by Michael being just a loner, and doing his like guest roles here and there, and doing some solo stuff, and not really having a management or a band or something. And then Costa, our drummer, who works for bottom row, the management of Halloween, for instance, he approached Michael and said, "Listen, man, don't you think it would be good if you had a proper management again, and we can, finally we can try to get you to somewhere, and get to be doing something proper." And he actually kind of liked the idea. And then after that, by getting to know Dennis, with whom he did the Place Random thing, the idea was born to form a band and say, let's make nails with heads, do something proper, not only projecting and solo projecting, whatever, do a real band. And that's how it all started, kind of, and Michael actually liked the idea. He got bored and tired of hanging around and doing, nothing really serious. So Unisonic was formed, and Mandy, the other guitar player, he got in because he had a good relationship with Dennis, and Dennis right away proposed him because he knew him and he knew he's a great guy. But actually, I can confirm he's not only a great guitar player, he's a great guy too. So that was the basis. And they've been like dumping around for quite a while and trying to get an album on the way, but it didn't actually happen for this and that reason. It was like a lack of maybe a set direction and somebody taking the things in the hand and saying, right, we got it and all that. Finally, I came into the picture with Michael and me doing this Avantasia tour. And we felt that was just great being together, and we talked a lot about the past, of course, and what else. And he told me about his kind of his process in terms of getting away from the metal scene now, getting closer again. And then on the tour, he saw that the fans were just great, and we got a lot of great response by being on stage together and all that. In the end, it led to a point where we said, man, we really have to do something together. And this time we meant it seriously. Sometimes it happens that people say, yeah, man, we got to do something together, and then nothing happens. It was different this time. We really meant it. And then we checked out, okay, let's nail it down and say, what can we do actually? We can do a project. No, the world doesn't need another project, no. You can join Gamma Ray. This was not a good option because it's like very much related to my voice. It's maybe a little too much metal for Michael. And it's been a band that has been existing for quite a while now, and he wanted to do something fresh. So this thing was out of the way. Then the final option was that I join Unisonic besides having Gamma Ray. And that thing looked pretty promising, and therefore we had to make some tests. I had to get to know the others. We met up in Hamburg and had a chat and had a nice evening together. Talked about things and visions and all that. And in the end, I kind of demanded a final test that was, let's get into the rehearsal room and just jam together and see what comes out. And that thing felt really, really good. It was just like really easy going, and especially with Dennis and me, there was instantly, there's a certain chemistry that we kind of play ping pong with ideas in a very good way. And that finally was all that was needed for me to say, all right, I'm going to join in, and that was the starting point of sorting out song material and getting into an album production.
That's terrific. Thanks for that whole story. That's great. I was going to say, fans and the media always like to talk about supergroups. Do you feel, with this many sort of famous, well-known guys in the band, that I think the record's great, but do you think there might be some unfair expectations because of all the named people in the group?
Yeah, well, it's a burden and it's a stake at the same time. Of course, it's nice to have some names in the band, and it creates a lot of attention and so on. But on the other hand, it creates a lot of expectations, which for some people you might not fulfill. So for instance, Michael and me, all right, what do people expect? Keeper Part 3. No, thank you. Keeper, and it's not Keeper. We're going somewhere else, and if you look back at Halloween, Halloween was a band, no album sounded the same. It was always a progress, and that may be some of the part we took with us. So it's not like that we try to write. That was clear from the beginning. We don't want to try to write material that is close to the past. We want to do something that is kind of us now, which of course includes bits and pieces from whatever we took from the past, but as well something new. And of course, some people might expect something different, and maybe they get disappointed when they hear the album. It's not speed metal. Oh, sorry. But in the end, if you look back, Halloween was never a real speed metal band. We had fast songs, all right, quite a few. But on the other hand, we had real poppy stuff like I Want Out or Future World even, So the trademark power metal, whatever you want to call it, was put on us somehow, and nobody was able to explain to me what actually power metal is. The closest somebody, really put somebody down to the point and said, "What the fuck is power metal? Explain it. Just tell me, because I don't know. To me, it's all heavy metal." And he was like, "Yeah, it's like 185 beats per minute, double bass, for instance." Okay, and it's melodies, yeah, easy going, good remembering. So I said, okay. Then I look back in the past and say, okay, Judas Priest made a song called Excited. Remember that one? Or Accept made a song called Breaker. Remember that one? Yeah. And I said, it was pretty fast. It contained double bass and it had melody. So was Judas Priest and Accept a power metal band without knowing? It's like, to me, I want to just hit the point and say, to me, it's all kind of metal. It is all hard music, and no matter what you want to call it. So expectations are sometimes related to a certain draw you put in without even wanting it.
Right. So I guess it's safe to say at this stage in your career, you don't really care about labels anymore. You're just making music.
Right. That's the point. Right. Exactly.
Right. I was also gonna.
I love both kinds of music, heavy and metal.
Nice. Well said. I was going to say, it must have been pretty, you talked about getting in the rehearsal room and jamming a little while ago. It must have been pretty special, specifically the first time you and Michael got in the room. Obviously, you performed together live, but to create for the first time in a long, long time, 25 years almost. How did that feel?
It was just great because, we had our experiences in the past because I worked on his first solo albums and he joined in for some Gamma Ray guest role. We did that Avantasia thing together, but this time it was serious. This time it was like, this is our new band. This is something we do together seriously. And of course, that's a different story, and it felt just great. It was just like real, all right, raise the flag and go for it.
Right. And I noticed that the majority of the songs were written by you and Dennis. How did the rest of the songwriting process get to include the rest of the guys?
Well, it just all came kind of together naturally. We didn't force anything, and there was no rules who is doing what or something. Everybody was welcome and open to deliver whatever he was up to. And in the end, it just came out that way. So, just happened.
Right. I was also going to ask, so the album is finally out in America. It's been out for a little while in Europe and Japan. You have a video for Unisonic, the song, which is cool. What's on tap next? Are you guys going to tour extensively?
Yeah, of course. We have quite a few tour plans. We're going to South America in a few days. Actually, it's the day after tomorrow we're flying off, and do a tour there. Then we have, when we come back, we have quite a few festivals over summer in Europe. We're going to be pretty busy. There is Japan, oh my God, I can't speak Southeast Asia. This is really tough.
Sorry.
Southeast Asia on the list. We're going to do that in, I think it's the end of summer or something. And after summer, there's another tour thing, including some stuff in Europe together with Gotthard. And so we're pretty booked, actually. It's looking pretty good. Of course, I think your question has a name. If you ask us, yes, we want to tour the U.S. We can't wait to go there because we think it's going to be good for us. It could be good for us, and we really want to play. But of course, we're waiting for the album to set in, and maybe find some promoters that are willing to bring the band over without pay to play.
Of course, and of course, I think American fans are dying to see this band, especially once they really get to hear the record. I think there'll definitely be a demand. It'd be terrific to get you over here. And of course, since we mentioned, of course, you can't ask the questions without mentioning Halloween. Just depending on Michael's tastes, of course, do you think we will get to hear some Halloween or even other material on the tour? Or are you guys going to just keep it to the new songs?
Well, actually, Michael has, because we had just had to talk about this because it was about how many Halloween songs in the set list, how much is all right, how much is too much, and we have, differing opinions. Michael and me, we have no problem playing quite a few, and he's been because Costa told me when they started off in the beginning, it was like that. Michael said, no, I don't want to play any Halloween songs. And, just skip that. And Costa tried to convince him that it would be kind of okay to do that, In the end, now he's still developing all the time towards stuff like that. And he's seeing it as me, hey man, a few wouldn't hurt, and it's gonna be great. People will enjoy it. They will hear it with the original singer and one of the original guitar players, which makes a lot of the sound of the original, and it's gonna be cool. And meanwhile, I think we're all on track, and definitely there's gonna be some Halloween stuff to be heard.